Hello everyone, welcome to this little video, this Monday Mass Awakening video. I am just perched in a wonderful, very old stone. In a very beautiful place with a few other very big stones. Enjoying being outside, being on ley lines, being in places that I've walked a million times before, in various forms, as I'm sure you have too. Physical, non-physical, you know, different time, spaces and places. I was feeling into whether to do a video or not this week, or whether just to kind of leave it. As you'll have seen, you know, I'm taking a little bit of time away from social media. Of course, you'll see posts and videos still going out. You'll see the Wednesday and the Saturday videos that are going out are replays of some of the most popular videos that we've had. And oh, look at this murder of crows. Do you see them? A lot of crows right now, but it is Lunasa. The raven, the crow, some connected with Isis, some connected with Freya, with other members of the Fae. Sometimes I think of Lu when I see ravens. The first experience I had in this lifetime, this conscious experience of Lu, who is a member of the Tuatha-De-Danann. How does my friend say it? My friend who's Irish, she corrected me on my pronunciation. The Tuatha-De-Danann. Oh my gosh, he's a shining one, sun god. And one of my first conscious experiences of him in this lifetime, I was in Avalon, I was in Glastonbury. It was just before the winter solstice. Actually, probably it was the winter solstice, and I was called to walk the labyrinth of the Tor. This was a few years back. I was called to walk the labyrinth of the Tor, and I was walking around, and you know, it's winter solstice. It was muddy. It was wet. The side of the Tor was slippery and it was steep, and I was looking for the X-stone, and I knew that I would find out. It was calling to me. It was calling to me. I knew I would find the X-stone, and I did. But to get up to the X-stone, because the path was so slippery and non-existent in the middle of winter, or it wasn't the middle of winter, it was the end of autumn, right? Winter solstice. I was calling upon Lu. I was like, Lu, help me ascend the Tor. Help me get up there safely without slipping, without getting prickled by all the brambles, the thistles, and the nettles. And I felt this almighty push, and this murder of crows flew around, and it was as though that on their wings they were helping me rise up. Lu, sun god, warrior, craftsman, you know, master craftsman, master warrior. And there can be so much focus on the angelics and the star realms that we don't always notice the earthly realms, the Fae, all the elementals, the energy of the stones, the earth, the air, water. Of the shining ones, the ones who are beyond the veil. Very beautiful, sacred beings, very high frequency beings, often misunderstood as well. So I'm here, and I wondered what to speak about. I mean, we've spent 5 minutes of me not really saying anything. And this is why I was like, do I put a video out today? Because I don't know that I'm really going to have anything to say specifically. But I was people watching today. I like to do that when I'm out and about, when I'm wandering around, which sometimes I do. I'll wander around and visit places that I'm called to, and I'll work with the earth and the lights and just my being as well, just to recalibrate my own being. And it's fascinating because all these humans, all of us, we are creating, always creating. Most of us passively so. Most of the time passively creating, because this is what we do without realizing. We speak about this a bit where we say that the subconscious mind doesn't know time. The conscious mind only is the one with time, right? And the conscious mind holds on to things, and then they imprint in our subconscious mind, and the subconscious mind is creating, but we create also with words. And as I was walking and being outside and just being in nature, I listen. And I find it fascinating how much doom and gloom is at the forefront of every conversation. And I wonder, and I open my heart, because I know that I can do this too. I do this too sometimes, if I'm processing, if I'm alchemizing. Yeah, this is a mastery, a level of mastery that I'm remembering also, that we're all remembering to do. I know I have one sister who is actually very expert at this, and my heart is always very humbled by her mastery, because it is seldom found, really. Very inspiring. But we get to choose what we speak and the point of perception, but we cannot create something really powerful and beautiful if we start with the opposite, right? And so this is what was really interesting to observe as I walk around, and I hear, not intentionally, but I hear the conversations and how they start. And everyone was speaking words of unprocessed emotion or unfiltered thought. And I wonder in my heart and in my mind, do they realize what they're creating? Do we all realize? I ask myself that. I call myself out on that. Do I realize what I'm creating sometimes? Am I conscious enough in choosing my thought? Because whatever we start by saying, whatever thought we allow to flow, is only gonna expand, develop, and grow. And do I want that to grow and to create my next experience, my next moment in time? Or do I want to practice and learn how to just choose something lighter and brighter, already embodied, instead? So it's fun for me to think about, and it's fun for me to share, and I wonder what you guys think as well. How easy do you find it? Because everywhere where we're about, the general consensus of collective energy, of collective thought, which we are susceptible to, we are permeable beings, is that of misery or doom and gloom. But it doesn't have to be like this. I hear someone yelling at her dog in the background, and I'm like, it's a dog. It's showing you how to be present in the moment. And it's like, it's fascinating, is it not? It's a sign of the times. And it's a sign of the collective alchemy we're doing. But how do we complete it? We have to complete it, otherwise it repeats. Do you notice that? We have to complete the emotion, and we have to complete the story that our inner child, or the part of us that feels without closure, is trying to do. We have to consciously choose not to start a conversation with, have you noticed that this, and this, before going on to saying what we want. And this happens in any community, whether it's spiritual community, whether it's non-spiritual community. We're all doing it. I was sat around a fire yesterday, listening to people in conversation, and I'm like, why would we choose to do that? But it's not really a choice, is it? I know that when I'm observing myself and I hear the thoughts or the words that I start to speak when they're not as aligned as I want them to be, I go, oh, I'm not actually consciously choosing these. Because if I would be, I wouldn't be choosing these, right? No, none of us would. So how do we start our thoughts with magic, with light? It starts by our grounded energy. Are we connecting with ourselves first before we share? Are we re-coming into ourselves? Are we revisiting ourselves? Are we revisiting ourselves in every moment? Whenever we need to regain the balance, to regain the equilibrium, you know? Are we practiced enough with our mind to notice when it wants to go onto autopilot? Because that autopilot really is only saying, hey, I'm ready for this program to be released. Give me another one. I'm ready. I'm ready for it to evolve. It's a beautiful place to be here on earth. There is so magic. But unless we're consciously choosing to see, to experience, to witness the magic, to welcome it in, unless we're consciously choosing to create and start our day that way, to start every moment, every segment of our day, we're gonna find it hard to let it just play out like that. Just some interesting ponderings that I've had amongst these stones today, as I listen to the earth as she speaks, and the airways, and the energy that moves through the space-time, from me to you and you to me and everyone in between. We are joyful beings. When did we forget as such? I think it is time that we choose the lightness that we are, the rainbow hues, the pinks, the purples, the greens, the blues. We choose the colors that fill us up, that raise us up, that bring joy to our hearts. We fill ourselves up with those colors, those frequencies, those vibrations of love, as though we're pouring it from a universal cup down into our being at the start of every day and at every moment in between, so that we're consciously choosing the vibration of our being. It's so wonderful to be held by a stone so ancient, so vast. It echoes with me here, holding my back. The symbiosis of nature and the physicality, non-physicality, how they interlink and interweave. It's really powerful to observe. Really powerful to observe. And to just be here without agenda, be here without any plan. Just to take each moment as it comes, each moment in time. So I'm going to close off this rambling with love from me to you. And I look forward very much to connecting with you all soon. There are some wonderful workshop replays that are popping up on my page, some really powerful ones that will support you through Leo's season, that will enhance your experience of this vibratory, this vibrant, radiant zodiac turn. And until the end of the month, when I'll be live again with you in Softening to Love on the 25th of August, and the 5th of September with Tim Wilde, the 14th of September with Emma Sullivan for the Empath Workshop. Sensitivity is your gift, is your superpower. There's a lot coming up at the end of August and September. An in-person day retreat in Weymouth too, with Tim and myself and Melissa, Karen Aaron and Emma. So much coming up. But in the meantime, enjoy the replays, enjoy the posts, enjoy the energy, enjoy filling your heart, letting it expand, letting your light lighten, illuminate, awaken, titillate your being. It is a rebirth season. So from me to you, the elements, the fae, the angelics and the stars, of course, too, the earth and beings, and everyone in between, I send you so much love. Until the next video.